Hello there, welcome everybody, it's Diorama Don here. If you're making a diorama, there's generally a road involved. So an ordinary tarmac road, a dirt road, or a cobbled street, as in this instance. And usually there will be a drainage system or manhole covers in the road. And this is a video just showing you how you can do it very cheaply and easily. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so we'll start off with the drain. So you need 2mm thick cardboard. If you can't find 2mm thick, then if you stick 3 bits of cornflake packet or whatever, just any type of cardboard packaging, glue 3 pieces together and it'll make up 2mm. It really needs to be that thickness. So you need to mark out in the middle of a piece of that cardboard, you need to mark out a rectangle 8mm by 12mm, okay, and then cut that shape out. But don't go beyond the outside lines, don't go out of the rectangle. So when you cut it, the point of your knife will start right on the edge, but only come down 3/4 of the way, and then turn it around and cut again from that end. Otherwise it will cut beyond the size that you've marked out, and you don't want that. So once you've got that hole, okay, 8 by 12, then cut out a very, very thin perimeter all the way around, no more than about 2mm. So you've got that. That's the easiest way of cutting this shape out. So you've got that shape there, the rectangle in the middle, and then just measure 2mm, a 2mm border all the way around, and then cut that out. Okay, then whatever size you've got there, so it's going to be 8 plus 2 plus 2, 12mm by 16mm. Just an ordinary card that size, and stick that on there. So you've got that. So it's 4mm thick now, and you've got that. Okay, then with a cocktail stick or a toothpick, whatever, cut the Sharpie bit out off the end, and then cut to that inside, cut 4 pieces to that inside measurement, which is 8mm, did we say? And this is fiddly. You're going to need a sharp pencil or a sharp barbecue stick to place these in the right position. Okay, I can't do it like this just with my fingers. I'm going to have to use something sharp to manipulate where they need to be. So I'll go away and do that first of all, because if you put PVA glue on over the whole of this surface, it will not only stick this piece onto it, but it will also, you'll be able to put these pieces of cocktail stick or toothpick into the PVA glue on the surface there. Okay, I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll be back in a minute. That's taken me about 2 minutes to do that. Don't know if you can see. So I just put PVA glue on the whole surface, was able to put that on the top, and then if you dip the tip of your sharp stick or sharp pencil into the PVA glue, you can pick up the pieces of toothpick and place them as you will, 4 equally spaced in that area. Okay, so there are your drains. I'll put those to one side, and I'll show you how I put them into the road a bit later. As for drain covers or manhole covers, if you go to your DIY store and go to the hardware section, and there's generally a section on leg leg bottoms. You stick things on the bottom of your leg of a chair, coffee table, or what have you, to stop it scratching a ceramic surface, and they're normally this design on the top there. They are, in fact, manhole covers. It's normally a sticky stuff on the back, and you peel the back off and you stick it onto the bottom of a leg of a chair, and it prevents scratching. So if you can find something like that in your DIY store, then you've got a ready-made drain manhole cover. But there's something else we can do that will make it much more realistic. So there's our manhole covers and our drains. So I'll make up a very small road just for demonstration purposes, and we'll go from there. So I've made up a test piece for my road with 1-inch polystyrene, and then put a border of cardboard all the way around, which is 4 millimeters higher than the surface, which is the same height as my manhole covers and also my drains, which I've sprayed black, so you can just about see it. And I've just stuck them where I would want them. Obviously they would be further apart, and you probably wouldn't even see three manhole covers on a road like this. But this, like I say, is for demonstration purposes only. I've got this area, so there will be when it's all done, there will be another piece stuck on the top there, which will represent my path. So you step up onto 2 millimeters onto a path. But before we can lay our road, we need to prepare the surface of this cardboard. It doesn't like to have tile grout. That's what I always use for my roads. It's not a good idea to put tile grout straight onto cardboard, but it's okay if you put a very thin layer of wall filler, just cheap wall filler, again from a DIY store, mixed with a little bit of water so it's paintable, and then paint the surface, which will give it a key then for when I put my road down. So I'll do that. I'll paint that with my wall filler, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so my wall filler is all dry now. Just gave it a quick once over coat. Doesn't matter if you get it onto the surface of the manhole covers or even on the outside of the drain, but it doesn't want to go inside the drain really. So I've mixed some grey tile grout and added a little bit of PVA glue also, so when that sticks onto this, it will be there forever. It won't without this and without the glue, then when it dries it will just crack and just fall off. It won't adhere. So here we go. We need it's going to take a few minutes to do, but I'll just start the process and then I'll come back when I've finished. But you've got the height of the cardboard, and you've got the height of the manhole covers, and you've got the height of the drain, and you've got the height of the path, all the same. So theoretically you should just be able to put it in and skim across the whole top and everything will be level. That's the idea anyway. Oh, lost one of my manholes. But that won't matter because we can put a damp sponge over the top to reveal it again. It's actually a little bit runny, but we just don't want to get inside the drain. That's the main thing. Okay, I'll leave it there and I'll tiddle about with it a little bit more. But you can see how everything is all at the same level now. So I'll do those little bits in between the drain and I'll come back. Okay, be back in a moment. So I've waited now for about an hour and a half. I really need to wait a little longer. It's still quite damp. I mixed the grout a little too wet, but just for argument's sake, I'll show you what I've done with the manhole cover. If you can find the centre with your compasses, which is difficult to do looking over a camera. So that's somewhere near the centre of the manhole cover, and then draw a circle round with your compasses like that. Then you can pick out individual stones going around the edge of the manhole cover, something like that. And then, oh, I forgot to bring my ruler in, but yeah, just score the lines where you want your cobbled street to be. It doesn't need to be cobbled, obviously. You can have it plain, but it just makes it look more authentic if it's cobbled. And also the drain lines will go that way, and then the road lines at 45 degrees. And then again, when it's a little bit drier, then I can pick out individual stones like so. That's not too bad here. Okay, so I need to go over all of the area like that. Don't worry about the swarf being kicked up. That will come off when it dries more. So it'll be tomorrow morning really, before it's properly dried. So I'll finish all the markings, come back, and I'll show you what it's like when it's all dried out. So I marked out the rest of the cobbles in the grey grout. I waited overnight, and now it's as solid as well, it's as solid as a cobbled street. So what we need to do now is put a different coloured grout. It doesn't really matter what colour it is, because by the time we put a black wash over the top of the whole lot, it's all going to turn out pretty much the same colour, the right colour. So using that colour tile grout, whatever colour that is, I shall cover the whole area, or fill in the gaps between the cobbles. Careful to go around the drains and the manhole covers, and then with a damp cloth just take off the excess. That's what I will do. I'll leave that to dry, then put a very thin black wash over the top, and that will be it. So I'll carry on putting this on and let that dry, and I'll be back in a moment and we'll see what the finished thing looks like. Okay, so bearing in mind this is just a test piece, were this a proper diorama, I would spend a lot more time and be a lot more careful about the cobblestones, but that's not the point of the video. It's the fact that you can make drains and manhole covers without having to go out and buy plastic ones. It's fairly realistic enough. I think the drains look pretty realistic, and the manhole covers are a pretty good second best. All they are is just leg protectors, that's all. Okay, so there we are, my version of drains and manhole covers, if you're interested. If you're making a road in a diorama, then obviously you would need to put drains and manhole covers if you needed to. So it's just an idea. Okay, so thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you've gained some ideas. Please subscribe to the channel. Press that like button and subscribe button, and you will be informed when brand new videos come along. I believe this is my 151st video now, so there's plenty to look back in the archive of diorama making. Just hints and tips. That's all I do. Hints and tips. Okay, again, thanks for watching. Have a go yourself. And as always, I wish you the very best of modelling.